Hello students, in this video I am going to discuss about embedded systems application and domain specific. Embedded systems are application and domain specific, meaning they are specifically built for certain applications in certain domain like consumer electronics, telecommunication, automotive, industrial control, etc. In general purpose computing, it is possible to replace a system with another system which is closely matching with the existing system, but it is not possible in the case of embedded systems. Embedded systems are highly specialized in functioning and are dedicated for a specific application. Hence, it is not possible to replace an embedded system developed for a specific application in a specific domain with another embedded system designed for some other application in some other domain. The following examples give some idea on the application and domain specific characteristic of embedded systems. Figure shows the functional block diagram of a washing machine. We all know that an embedded system contains sensors, actuators, control unit and application specific user interfaces like keyboards, display units, etc. You can see all these components in a washing machine if you have a closer look at it. Some of them are visible and some of them may be invisible to you. The actuator part of the washing machine consists of a motorized agitator, tumble tub, water drawing pump and inlet valve to control the flow of water into the unit. The sensor part consists of the water temperature sensor, level sensor, etc. The control part contains a microcontroller or microprocessor based board with interfaces to the sensors and actuators. The sensor data is fed back to the control unit and the control unit generates the necessary actuator outputs. The control unit also provides connectivity to the user interfaces like keypad for setting up the washing time, selecting the type of material to be washed like light, medium, heavy duty, etc. User feedback is reflected through the display unit and LEDs connected to the control board. Washing machine comes in two models, that is top loading model and front loading model. In top loading models, the agitator of the machine twists back and forth and pulls the clothes down to the bottom of the tub. On reaching the bottom of the tub, the clothes work their way back up to the top of the tub, where agitator grabs them again and repeats the mechanism. In the front loading machines, the clothes are tumbled and plunged into the water over and over again. This is the first phase of washing. In the second phase of washing, water is pumped out from the tub and the inner tub uses centrifugal force to wring out more water from the clothes by spinning at several hundred rotations per minute, that is RPM. This is called a spin phase. If you look into the keyboard panel of your washing machine, you can see three buttons: wash, spin and rinse. You can use these buttons to configure the washing stages. As you can see from the picture, the inner tube of the machine contains a number of holes and during the spin cycle, the inner tube spins. The forces the water out through these holes to the stationary outer tub, from which it is drained off through the outlet pipe. The design of washing machines may vary from manufacturer to manufacturer. but the general principle underlying in the working of the washing machine remains the same. The basic control consists of a timer, cycle selector mechanism, water temperature selector, load size selector, and start button. The mechanism includes the motor, transmission, clutch, pump, agitator, inner tub, outer tub, and water inlet valve. The water inlet valve connects to the water supply line using at home and regulates the flow of water into the tub. The integrated control panel consists of a microcontroller or microprocessor based board with input output interfaces and a control algorithm running it. Input interface includes the keyboard, which consists of wash type selector, namely wash, spin, and rinse, clothes type selector, namely light, medium, heavy duty, and washing time setting, etc. The output interface consists of LED or LCD displays, status indication LEDs, etc., connected to the input output bus of the controller. And this interface may vary from manufacturer to manufacturer and model to model. The other types of input output interfaces, which are invisible to the end user, are different kinds of sensor interfaces, namely water temperature sensor, water level sensor, etc. And actuator interface, including motor control for agitator and tub movement control, inlet water flow control, etc. Thank you.